Hi everyone, my name's Emily Bartle-Haig and I'm a cosmetic tattoo artist here at Brow Jam Dundee. Today we're going to talk through why negative space is an absolute non-negotiable in microblading. How I became a part of the Brow Jam team. I actually trained with Brow Jam in 2016. I was a makeup artist at the time, but I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I started doing tinting and waxing. But 2 years later, in 2018, they advertised for a new member of staff and I ended up getting it. How I got into teaching, I actually started in the Brow Jam team 6 years ago, but I didn't start teaching until a couple of years later. Started by just assisting on the courses, helping out where I could, until I eventually did my teaching qualification. I now actually solely run the beginner's microblading course, and I work alongside Janine for some of our other courses as well. What is it about the Brow Jam method that really sets it apart from other styles of microblading? For me, the answer to that is that the way that we microblade and the way that we teach people to microblade is very, very realistic. It's free-flowing. We want the microblading that we do to look like it's moving, to have a flow and really blend with the client's natural brow hair to enhance what they already have, or if they don't have anything, to create a brow that looks like they woke up with it and it's their own natural hair. What is negative space? What does negative space mean? Negative space is the blank area of skin between each microbladed stroke. It's an absolute non-negotiable when we're microblading because we need to give the strokes room to heal. When a microblading stroke heals, it actually widens. Now, this will happen with every client, no matter what skin type, what type of style of brow you've done on them. However, when you don't leave enough negative space, what's going to happen is the stroke's going to widen and they're all going to blend together, causing the client to have a heavier tattooed brow, something that doesn't look as natural and realistic. So guys, I've drawn up a little visual for you to see how I would interpret negative space. So at the top here, I've got a correct brow that has enough space in it to heal nicely. And at the bottom, I've got a brow that's incorrect. So the reason that this brow at the top is correct is because there is enough space between each stroke for it to heal and to swell up a little bit. None of it would blend together, none of it would look heavy. If this was on an actual client, I could guarantee the result would come back and it would be really crisp and clean. The bottom brow, we can see in comparison, is a lot fuller. Now, I don't mean the width of it, I mean the saturation. So you can see there's a lot less space between every stroke, especially from here onwards. You can see they're all very, very cramped together. If any of these got wider, or if any of them were to get a little bit more swollen, everything would just blur together, and this client would likely come back with a bit more of a blurred, heavy result, as opposed to the top client who would come back with something that still looked quite similar, nice and crisp, nice and clean as we say, and every single stroke would be individual. So keeping in mind this is on a latex pad, so to be honest, the top brow, even though it's a correct example, I probably wouldn't even have to do as much work as this because there would be natural hair over the top. So there's no need for me to force strokes in where they're not needed. As long as though I'm keeping that negative space, that is what's important for the best possible healed result. And don't forget to screenshot this part of the video, guys. It's always good to have something to reference back to. Remember that this is the correct example of good negative space and this is incorrect as there's too many strokes and it's oversaturated. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you feel you've learnt something today. If you want any more information about myself or Brow Jam, everything will be linked in the description.